Okay, hello there people, how are we doing? So, it is quite later than normal for when I started doing this, but I felt like we weren't going to see anything early today, and well, yeah, the opposite of last week where it was so early I wasn't even here. How's that work? So, yep, everything seems reasonably okay in terms of sales. We, of course, last night we did our abnormals, so why don't we go take a look at them real quickly? At the moment, large rabbit box in the Steam market, buy orders going all the way up to $2. Looking okay. Buy order build up is pretty much the exact same thing, so nothing wrong there at the moment. It seems to be exactly the way it was. And as I said, it doesn't look like something that I'd want to buy right now. It honestly looks like you could just do like a $2 buy order, and then eventually you will be buying this for cheaper than what it's selling for in the Rust store right now. Then we have the likes of the Lunar Locker Rabbit, and buy orders are going very close up to $2.50, the price it's selling for in the Rust store right now. So this is looking to be the much more appealing one to put your money towards. Now in terms of sales, it also has less than the large box. So overall, honestly, if you had to buy something right now, it'd probably be the Lunar Locker. It looks like it's going to be holding up its value. It genuinely looks like a very nice locker skin, and there's doubts as to whether we're actually going to see tons of locker skins being accepted this year. And as I said before, I know listening to skin creators, it's not an enjoyable item to make skins for, so yeah, we probably won't be seeing many of them being made because of that. Those big bulk buy orders right there by the bots, they're still there. I'm not sure how long they last for, but yeah, as time goes on, wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this goes up in price for quite some time, and then when we go through bad times, of course it'll dip. When we go back into good times, it goes up. You get the idea. We've already established that. It's looking like a perfectly fine thing to buy, but if you really want to, you could just do like a $2.35 buy order right now. Just leave it there for a long time. Eventually you will be picking these up for a cheaper price, because I wouldn't be surprised if these go below the Rust store price for some time. Now we're going to go take a look at the Lunar Rabbit Fortune's Gate. Right, so this was the most expensive skin of the week, and the bulk of the buy orders end up at around $3. So this is a $4 skin, but it's still only going up to about $3. So my confidence with it in terms of will it always stay around $4, it will be going slightly below it. It will be going slightly below it. But when good times are back again, I mean, when we're in exactly a year's time, I wouldn't be surprised if this is comfortably 50% up. At minimum. So if you're thinking like, right, so if I invest in this $4 skin, it'll be $6 in a year's time. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. Now you might want to sit there and think, is it worth it? Couldn't you just buy a bunch of other skins for $1 and make maybe some more money? Yeah, you could. So now you have to look at this and think, what should you do? And honestly, you could just probably put down a $3 buy order. I think you'd be fine enough to pick these up for cheap. And then, as I said, wouldn't be surprised if it does quite nicely towards the end of this year, or, early next year in 2024. So, yeah, this is looking to be a long-term investment, but you never know. YouTubers, Twitch streamers, they might take a liking to this, use it a lot. People see it, people think, oh wow, my most favourite content creator is using this skin. Surely I should buy it as well and use it as well. Because that's one of the best looking garage door skins I've seen being accepted into this game. So, yep, we shall see. We shall see. Now we've got the small rabbit box, and as I said, I fully believe this is just going to probably stick around around the price it's sold for. And we looked at the Tiger box, which is near enough the exact same thing. It was very stable, and, well, bulk of the buy orders going between around $1, slightly above $1. Not surprised by that. That's exactly where I think it's going to reach at its lowest point, around $1.30. And when times are good again, it'll probably double in price. So yeah, small rabbit box seems okay. Doesn't look like it's going to be doing too bad, but as I said, it honestly looked like something you could comfortably buy with a buy order instead, and that's exactly what we did. Then we also have the likes of the rabbit mask, and I did tell you last night, I fully believe this is going to end up at around $2 to $3, and well, bulk of the buy orders going all the way up to just about $3. Yep. Now you might sit there and say, oh, hang on a minute, the listings are only $7. This is wrong. No, only the ones that could be sold right now are the ones that are selling for $7. Wait a week or two, that price is going to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. These buy orders are going to disappear, and eventually it will end up at around $3, and when times are bad, it'll get even cheaper. So, yeah. I look at these things and I think about the long term, and I know we're going to have some bad times ahead of us, so be prepared for that, and you can profit from it quite nicely. Or rather, spend an appropriate price for these skins and items. So, yep, Rabbit Mask, you look very goofy in a bit strange, but, you know, it's alright. So, next year, what's the next animal? I can't... Was it dragon? I think it's a dragon. Anyway, yep, it's all good. Okay, so let's just move on. Let's now start talking about... Not me. The skins here. So, as I said, remember... All of the links to the regular skins, you can just go to scmm.app, store section, just click marketplace right there. Ta-da! There we go. And you might sit there and say, what are the skins that are regular? Well, Bipolar Penguin did an update quite recently where you can see it right there. If it has this tag, marketable next rotation, that's a regular skin. These 3 skins are regular, they have this tag. They don't become marketable until the Rust Door has rotated. So yeah. When we see new skin, yes, you get the idea. Now, back over to here. As you know, if you want to be fairly clued in terms of when the store is going to rotate, if we keep refreshing this every now and then, the accepted skin section, when we see new skins, that's when the Rust Door is going to rotate, and that's when these skins become marketable. So, yeah. Right. So today, what can we expect? What is potentially on the horizon today? We have... Arctic Collection. We have Frosty Collection. We have Apostate Collection. We have JPEG Collection. We have Elite Crate. We have Frog Cosplay. We have Cybercode. And then we also have Tempered, but I don't know. I think we're going to have a break from Tempered for another week or so. I reckon that would be next week. So Tempered did have the small box being submitted this week. I had a bit of a talk about that because I felt like we were very likely going to see... that being accepted, and that could potentially cause the price of the tempered large box to go up in price. So here we are. At the moment, there's a lot of them on the Steam market, and if I could just turn on my extension, we can see the price in dollars, and the price in dollars at the moment is $4. So it did go up a little bit. We did see a bit of a trend upwards, not too much, but overall it still seems to be having trouble with its quantity. Too many were bought. Too many of these were bought. 38,000 of them were bought. But if we do see a tempered small box being accepted, we've seen the trend of a new deployable skin being introduced to a deployable collection. This could go up in price, along with the garage door and the sheet metal door. Now, it's not just this that we've seen some people kind of making moves around. We've seen the likes of Twig. Someone was making a fuss about this. Apparently, the Twig wooden door had a bunch of sales. Someone jumped in and bought a bunch of them, and I think that's it right there. So we know that there's a Twig double door on the workshop. We saw it last week in our Saturday Skin Showcase. It could appear today, and if that appears, could we see the likes of this Twig door jumping up in price? The price of it right now is $1.63. So yeah, I'm not surprised to see it go below that $2 mark with the amount that sold, 33,000. But if we do see Twig double wooden door being accepted today, I wouldn't be surprised if this jumps up in price. And to double down, I wouldn't be surprised if the Twig box jumps up in price as well. An increase in demand for the collection as a whole. So yeah, looking pretty good potentially on the horizon. So chat, do you have any questions? Is there anything that you want to ask? I mean, chat would be that way. Hello chat, how you doing? Is everything all right? So yeah. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask right now. So, yeah, one thing we could also quickly take a look at is the state of the weapon barrel and the crate and the high-quality bag. How is the Rust economy at the moment? Well, to be honest, it hasn't really changed that much. Has not changed at all, to be honest. The barrel is still around $14. And if we go down to here, don't know why I stopped that. All right, if I go by month... Yeah, it's literally just stayed the same. It's literally just stayed the same pretty much. If we go over to high quality crate, right now the cheapest one is $5. Wow, that actually had a bit of a downturn and it went back up again. Maybe it was my video explaining that high quality crates are the best thing to open out of all the loot boxes. Ooh. I doubt it, but yeah. Trends downward, then goes up. And it's been going up more and more since. So yeah, this has actually been going up. And then we have the high quality bag. Manipulator, no, I was a scientist. I did a study and I proved, well not really proved, but yeah, the genuine consensus is the fact that we don't see many deployable items get many skins. They're older skins that were made quite some time back. It's a whole lot easier to pick up a deployable skin that costs more money. Basically, it's easier to make a profit out of the high-quality crate. When you compare it to the likes of the high-quality bag that has tons of hoodie and pants and armor pieces that are really cheap, And then you've also got the weapon barrel, which has hundreds of AK-47s, for example, that are very cheap. That high quality crate is going to strike gold much better. There's going to be a much better chance to make a profit with the high quality crate. But anyway, moving on. Yep, this is $11, $11.50 almost. And as we see down here, over the course of the month, it's just been doing all right. So yeah, everything's looking pretty good. And then if we go over to here, we type in Rust Play Account, because today is Thursday. It's not a white day. 111,000. So, yeah, not as good. Not as good as the previous weeks, but... But next week, it's going to be a wipe day, isn't it? Next week is going to be a wipe day, and we are expecting a big update. So with a big proper update would potentially mean a whole lot more people jumping back in again. Remember, last month, the first Rust rotation, the first wipe day of January, well, yeah. Anyway, 176,000 peak players. Next week, if we see something very similar to this, the prices of Rust skins are looking to be very, very good for a lot longer. Oh my, that's getting manipulated. Yep, someone's just bought out all the stock of the Rust footballer shorts. Yep, someone's just bought out all of that. Looks like that's going to be the next thing that's going to get manipulated. So if you happen to own any of them, keep an eye out for that. But yeah, in general, all of the Rust skins still look perfectly fine. So maybe it's just going to keep moving on until the end of February. But we do have that CSGO major tournament starting in May time. And I reckon when that appears, when that starts, we will definitely see these Rust skins going down in price. So that's at least the deadline, okay? So yeah, whilst loads of people are still playing the game, it's still looking to be perfectly fine in terms of the Rust skin prices. So still a good time to sell, it seems. So I basically have said everything that needs to be said. Remember, you just got to keep refreshing this. Nothing's happened yet. Not sure when. So chat, is there anything that... Oh, I know what you want. Every week. Oh dear. Has anyone bought one of these recently? Oh no, last week. Someone bought one of these for $200. Oh dear. Oh no. So there's 41 of the Twitch Rivals trophies left on the market, but there's something that you need to be aware of. If a skin that's listed on the Steam market doesn't sell for 6 months, by default it gets returned to inventories. So, if these remaining 41 Twitch Rivals trophies don't sell for the next 2 months, they will all be removed. They will all be delisted. And eventually, there will be nothing here, and you will never see them ever appear in the Steam market ever again. Unless Facepunch turns around and said, you know what, let's make them tradable, marketable again. But I don't think that's going to happen. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this Twitch Rivals trophy was given away for free if you watch certain streams during the Twitch Rivals event late last year. And what accidentally happened was, this was marketable and tradable for 2 hours. So loads of people listed their trophies for fairly outlandish prices. And... yeah, some people, for some strange reason, thought, yeah, I'll buy this, because the reason why it's not a smart idea is because they fixed it, or patched it, and the very second you buy it, it's not tradable, not marketable forever. They are supposed to be not tradable, not marketable. So yeah, if you buy it, you're not going to be able to sell it, you're not going to be able to trade it, you're stuck with it, you've just spent $200 and you've lost your money, and you're never getting it back. And this trophy, I wouldn't be surprised if we have another Twitch Rivals event in the future on Twitch, and I wouldn't be surprised if they give away another one of these for free. Remember, it was given away for free. Okay, so, not all of them. The one listed first for lower price must stay, if I remember correctly. I don't know what you mean there. My apologies, I don't know. But yeah, I think Rust doesn't have the 6 months limitation. I think it does. I don't know. I know Valve games do, so TF2 and Dota and CSGO, but we don't know. We will see. We will find out. We will find out, Caprazoppa. So, yeah. Alright then, people. So, it's a matter of... what's next? No, okay, so I guess it's a matter of let's just skip ahead to the future and fingers crossed maybe we'll see one of these collections or maybe we'll see something brand new. We'll find out soon. So... oh, Jimmick, your pizza! Your pizza got through! And the Arctic stuff. Where's my hoodie and pants? No. That's the first shit, that is the first... That is the first Hyde shirt, is what I meant to say, and pants that we've seen, except in about 6 years. Another AK. Another double barrel shotgun. But yeah, no, that's good. Right, chat. We got to do our buy orders. Sorry about this. Hey! Alright, I'll be back to talk about this in a minute. So... Right, gentlemen, so it's been just about 10 minutes since the rust door has rotated, and here we are. So, delightful to see that we've got some skins that we haven't seen in a long time. Of course, another AK, but, you know, that's not dissing the AK skin, it's the fact that it's an AK, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. Let's just quickly find out what isn't abnormal. So we're just going to go through here. Right, so that's not abnormal, that's not abnormal, that is abnormal, that's not abnormal, that is abnormal, that's not abnormal, that's not abnormal, that's not abnormal. Okay, so we only have 2 skins this week that are going to be abnormal. Dungeon Garage Door, congratulations to you, Stepan, and No Mercy Double Barrel Shotgun. So, congratulations to you, Bad Trip, as well. These 2 skins are the only skins that are abnormal this week. Now, let's just quickly go find out when all of these skins were submitted. So, it's an 8-skin week. The usual. So this was submitted back on the 15th of January, so we're talking about a typical pick, I believe. Yes, that's a typical pick. That's a typical pick. Typical, broken. Typical. And this was early, so 7 typical picks, 1 early pick. So there was a bit of a mix, so that's nice. So what we're going to quickly do now is just take a look at all of these skins that have just become marketable, the regular skins. Let's see their buy support. Let's talk about how they're going to behave over the course of the next year. So, yeah, bulk of the buy orders right here for the Year of the Rabbit furnace, below $1. Not too surprised by that, below $1. But, as I said, when times are good, these furnaces do really take off quite nicely. This isn't the first furnace skin that Anafen's had accepted for Lunar New Year. No, it's his 3rd in a row. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one by him next year. And every year we do see those go up in price. In fact, I can easily just show you that right now. When times are good, the furnaces sell well. But they don't go up in price that much. And I warned everybody, I've seen it with my own eyes, furnace skins do struggle a lot when it's not good times. And when I was looking at all of these most recent ones, just a few weeks ago, all of them pretty much were in the red. So, yeah, be warned about that, but $1 should be totally fine. Then we got the red envelope satchel charge. I told everybody last night, you probably only want to offer around 50, 60 cents. Yeah, bulk of the buy orders are 50, 60 cents. And then little bits here up to about $1. But unfortunately, it's a matter of people just don't really care enough about skinning their actual satchel charges. So this might struggle. But in terms of sales, it didn't sell that many. 18,000, yeah, it did. And that's equal to around like a delivery satchel charge, which only now has slightly gone up. No, delivery satchel, which has only now become profitable. No, not even that. If you bought it, you wouldn't be able to sell it for a profit. It's only matched up to its rust door price, is what I meant to say. Then, of course, we have the Year of the Rabbit AK, and, well, all of the buy orders are below $1. Yeah, because everybody knows that this skin will get cheap and it's going to end up selling for around $1, and you'd rather just put a buy order down where you can get it for cheap enough where you can turn it into metal, or just sell it because people would want to turn it into metal. You get the idea. So yeah, 70 cents to 90 cents is what I said last night, and basically that is where all of the buy orders are. So yeah, that's just your average AK. Yeah, so yep, that is just your average AK moment. Lovely batch of skins though. So let's refresh here and let's start talking about all the skins, and we're going to talk about what's looking to be the best potential investment. So immediately I spot 2 things that are very, very good. The clothing. So both of the clothing sets are very interesting in their own ways. First of all, Arctic Collection is becoming a very, very nice, affordable, cheap, snowy environment camouflage set. And what I forgot to mention earlier was Arctic Protection. No, we do have that. Sorry, I do. It wasn't Arctic Protection. I forgot to mention Pizza Collection, but we'll talk about that in a second. This was the quantities that we saw earlier. Now I refresh. This is what they are now. People are attacking. People have jumped in. And in fact,
I did that with one of my accounts. With one of my accounts, I noticed that I saw it and I was like, I got to jump in straight away. So this account right here doesn't have that much buy order limit left because it's getting very close to being exhausted. And I just went and attacked all of these. I jumped in. I did an extra buy order. Yeah, you get the idea. So it looked like it was a perfect time to jump in because I know the reactionary nature of the Rust economy would jump in. And, well, you know how it all works. And then what I'll do is I'll just make a pizza one here. Pizza. And then, unfortunately, no Frosty, no Apostate, no JPEG, no Leak Crate, no Frog Cosplay, no Cybercode. No, it's just Arctic and Pizza. So we'll keep an eye on these. Yeah, people have already attacked those. They've already been attacked. It's been attacked. So, yeah, they've all jumped in. Prices jumped up. Unfortunately, if I actually remembered Pizza earlier, we could have seen the difference in quantity. But you quite clearly saw it with this. And it's only going to go lower and lower and lower until it reaches like a point where it starts to turn around again. But anyway, let's start talking about this. So, these skins right here, in terms of will they be good investments? It's a matter of what's next. Now, Demon has... we'll go Workshop. Demon has been trying non-stop to get more and more Arctic skins accepted. So he does, in the pipeline, still have Arctic hide shirt and pants and boots. He could... What I'm trying to say is he could do a version 2 because he submitted these like a couple months ago. They weren't accepted. But when we started to see all of this getting accepted, it's a matter of, okay, maybe he could just make a version 2. And he very likely will. But he's also had the likes of a riot helmet, a knife, and bucket helmets, and they weren't accepted. What I'm saying is he's persevered for like the past 4 or 5 months, just constantly submitting more Arctic skins. And now he's starting to see good things happening. So that's nice, isn't it? So I'm sitting here saying I fully expect to see some more Arctic collection skins in the future. Maybe version 2 of that Arctic hide shirt and pants. Because now that I've just seen some hide shirt and pants skins being accepted this week, I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially see some more. So at the moment, this is looking maybe like a good thing to jump into. But do be warned. Do be warned. We saw a ridiculous amount of these being bought. 39,000 each. That's ridiculous. Very close to the poncho as well, isn't it? But because this has now appeared quite close to this appearing, this isn't probably going to struggle so much as the poncho did. Now that we have effectively a nice full set of burlap, and of course the poncho, there's a very cheap option to run around in the snowy environments. And it's very good. It's very good camouflage. We showed that off on our Saturday Skin Showcase. You can hide in a bush in the snowy environment, so you know the bush without any leaves in it, and nobody can spot you. It's ridiculous. So I do feel like that's going to get used in YouTube videos and whatnot, and I wouldn't be surprised if everybody starts jumping in and wanting to do the exact same thing their favourite YouTuber does. But, yeah. So at the moment, that's looking pretty positive. Now, one thing I also want to point out, burlap shoes, we haven't seen burlap shoe skins in a long time. In fact, we only have 4. And the last one to be accepted was, of course, fish. And then, yeah, positive. Very, very, very silly positives. Highest price, there you go. $41, $8, $7. But we have to be worried about that because a lot of people are going to see this and they're going to think, oh, surely that's going to be an easy money maker, and they'll buy tons of them. So we have to be worried about the fact that there might be too much stock being bought. Too much stock, remember, demand versus quantity. If there's too much of quantity, we're going to end up with an excess amount that gets thrown onto the Steam market and thrown onto third-party sites, which only devalues it because everybody starts undercutting each other. The price just struggles, and it just goes down and down and down and down. And that's not good, is it? So we are looking forward to seeing what happens with this, but I am worried we're going to end up at like 35,000 sales, so that potentially will be a problem. The Hedge wrap, I don't think we've seen many of them recently. In fact, I think Shark, it's been a year and a half, almost, so yeah. Yeah, these are all in the positive because we hardly ever see them ever being accepted as well. They aren't as ridiculous as the burlap shoes. I really do think that's perfectly fine to jump in and buy as well. So, yeah, both of them are looking pretty good, but this one might be a problem. All right, all good. I'm now going to jump over to Pizza because I wanted to get the clothing out of the way. So, Pizza, you might not realise this, but it's been like 5 or 6... Was it 3 or 5? I can't remember. I made a fuss about this quite some time back. Cool, we're definitely going to have to scroll down. What if I type in Rust Hide Skins? I made a fuss about this. Could we see some more hide skins and rust November 18? And it didn't happen for a long time. Because that was right around the time that the Arctic hide shirt and pants were submitted. And Facepunch didn't accept them. But Mr. Jimmick, he's got his pizza collection here. Alright? And everybody loves the pizza collection. Everyone's been taking a bite out of the pizza collection. So, this is the first hide pants to be accepted in almost 5 years. This is the first hide vest/shirt skin to be accepted in almost 5 years. So yes, this potentially might be a very, 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 very highly bought skin. You thought I was about to say profit. No, there's a problem here. We need to keep an eye on the fact of how many of these get bought. This is a potential problem. So what I'm saying is, because we haven't seen many of them for a long time, and some people really do like to have a skin for at least every single thing in the game, they are likely going to be buying tons of these Pizza Hide shirt and pants. And we are probably better off just waiting until Wednesday or Thursday, taking a look, then considering buying some. Like, if we end up at 30,000 sales on each of these, I am going to be a bit worried. But then the other thing is, well, this is the first skins to be accepted in about 5 years. So we're probably not going to see another hide shirt/vest and pants skin to be accepted for a long time. Maybe never. But yeah, you've got to kind of weigh the potential of, oh no, are too many of them going to get bought? Or, oh no, have too little. But you get the idea. So basically, I'd rather just wait it a bit. But I'm positive with these two as well. So I'm positive for it, but I'm worried about other people. So that's the thing that we have to be cautious about. So yeah, clothing this week, very happy to see it. I was wanting to see hoodie, pants, tier 3, tier 2, but there's one thing that I kind of realised. Next week, of course, is a wipe day, and that's when loads of people would be expected to play. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the likes of Elite Crate tier 2 and Apostate tier 3 or Cosplay tier 3 or Tempered Small Box. I wouldn't be surprised if they appear for that, because remember what I said before? If loads of people are expected to be playing the game on a wipe day, that would mean more people will see the Rust store, which means with more people seeing the Rust store equals a better chance to make much more profits. So they probably would hold back their best skins, if you get what I mean, the skins they believe would sell the most for a wipe day. So yeah, let's just put that out of the way. Let's now start talking about the Dungeon Garage store. So this is a continuation of the Dungeon Collection. Stepan, you got to make that rug. Make that rug. Come on, make the rug. But Stepan this week actually made a furnace. So maybe we'll see the furnace soon. That could happen. But yeah, this is starting to become a fully fledged, very cool looking collection. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing the likes of maybe some double doors, that rug. Come on, Stepan, seriously. Just get those skulls, put it on a rug, and then we can put it all along our walls and turn our bases into dungeons. Come on. But yeah, this is now likely going to cause the armor door to go up in price. So if we go by dungeon, armor door, yeah, that's been attacked. It's been attacked. That is now selling for $2.69. And if we look at this in about an hour or so, you'll probably see a spike. So we have seen this before. When deployables from a deployable collection get accepted, when new deployables, the pre-existing ones also jump up in price, much like what we see of core pieces, clothing, armour, yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if this starts to jump up, and there's only 32 of them on the market. This has got a pretty good future ahead of it, so that's cool. But back to here, with this, it's our third garage door of the year, isn't it? Am I wrong? We had the Trust and Rust. I don't think Trust and Rust would count, would it? It's not marketable. But yeah, this is the third one. We literally just had Lunar Rabbit's Fortune's Gate. That was a $4 skin. Now we've got a $3.50 skin. Oh dear. So everyone that wanted a garage door probably bought one last week. And now this might struggle in terms of sales. However, that's a potential positive for us investors, because if not too many people buy this, that would mean that there's a better potential chance of it not having too many people buying it in excess, which would also mean there's a better chance it'll flourish and become a very nice investment in the future. Now, There's also the added fact that Stepan seems to have a gold mine at the moment. If he keeps making more deplorable dungeon skins, all the pre-existing skins will jump up when new skins appear. So this is only the second one in the collection. We can expect some more in the future. And I know Stepan's very motivated at the moment. Again, thank you very much, bud. This looks cool. You'd made a very cool skin here. I would sit here and say it's abnormal. We don't need to rush into buying it. We can wait until Wednesday, Thursday, do our buy orders, look at the buy order support, then make a decision on Thursday whether to buy it or not. That is my answer. But at the moment, I do get the feeling we're probably not going to see too many sales on that, just because of what happened literally last week. The $4, really cool looking garage door. But Stepan, yours looks really cool in its own way as well. It's all scary and it's all dingy and horrible, but in the theme of what it is, that's perfect. So now we're going to talk about what is that? Someone's messaged something weird. Anyway, Eco AR. So we have another AK here, and whilst it does look pretty cool, it is so. This is actually a fairly unique looking AK. It looks really funny. It's made out of cork. Go green, but it's It's an AK. It's an AK. It's unfortunately an AK, and we know how AKs usually end up. I'm sorry, you poor. Is that your first skin, by the way? We'll take a look in a minute. But yeah, this is an AK, and AK skins tend to not do very well. Except if you get pumped up like the Dead Souls they are. That's been attacked, and people bought out all the stock. Yeah. They're trying to make it more valuable than what it actually is. So yeah, AK skins, unfortunately, much like how we just spoke about the AK that came out for Lunar New Year last week, it's going to end up being 70 to 90 cents by order. But I would like to see the sales first, then make a decision, because that is a pretty cool looking AK. And let me just point out, if there are skins here that you see and you like, don't hold back in assuming, oh, I should probably not buy it, might not hold its value. No, screw that. If you like what you see, buy it, enjoy it, use it. You know, support the creator that made that fun looking skin. That's what you should be doing. But with the financial perspective, we're talking about, should I buy 50 or 100? You know, if you like what you see, please, please, please buy the skins. Use them, enjoy them, support the creators, support Face Punch, and yeah. So, yeah, that AK, unfortunately, is something I'm not super keen about. But Upor, is that your first skin ever to be accepted? It is! Well done, Upor. So, looks like we are seeing that trend of every month a new skin creator gets their first skin ever accepted. So this week it's you, Upor. What's next? Are you going to turn it into a collection? Are we going to have a range of eco-friendly weapons? Upor? I would like a Thompson. No. A revolver skin. Yes, Upor. Give me a revolver skin. Right. Now we've got Andre's Wasteland Sar. This is continuation of the Python. I don't know if that's part of the collection. Oh, it is. Oh. I didn't know that. Well, it's not the same theme, to be honest, but apparently that's part of the collection, I guess. I don't think that is. I think you'd have to ask Andre himself, hey, is this part of the same collection? Anyway. Yeah, we've got the Wasteland Sar, and I did talk about this not too long ago. How many Sar skins have we seen in the past couple months? A lot. And how many have we seen so far this year? I think this is the first one. No, it's the second. Right, so yeah, in about 3 months we've had a lot. So if we go back as far as the beginning of October, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means in about, what, you could say about 12, 15 weeks, we've had 10 SAR skins. That is a problem, and it's starting to become a problem like the AK, where we get an AK skin pretty much every other week. There's so many options now that it's starting to become oversaturated with options, and when there's far too many skins, they don't really go up in price, much like what we saw with the AK. When you just take a look at all of them, you just see the vast majority of them in the negative. So as we can see, yeah, red. Some of them are in the positive. They're part of collections, but the rest. And yeah, so with SAR skins, we are starting to notice that trend. And now I have like a whole bunch of people. Guy Ghoulie, can you dispatch of those? Can you get rid of them? you see the messages? You see the things that are trying to, Ghoulie, Guy, where are you? Primers. Thank you. Sorry. But yeah, right, so now we've got a double barrel shotgun made by Bad Trip. Bad Trip being the guy that has the most skins accepted out of all the skin creators. He only gets stronger, and so does the No Mercy collection. You might not realise this, but No Mercy collection is the biggest collection that we have in Rust. 29 skins accepted so far. Maybe we'll see a whole bunch more. Very likely we will. So here is the double barrel shotgun. You can get a good look at the No Mercy collection right here. In terms of, right now it's the best time to sell your skins. Skin prices are inflated. Everybody wants skins. Most of them are in the positive. Now we've got this double barrel shotgun, we need to talk about double barrel shotgun skins, because double barrel shotgun skins were very popular last year in terms of being accepted. But in terms of demand, well, let's go take a look at them right now. And negative, positive, negative, 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 positive, negative, positive, positive, negative, negative. And then you've got to take into consideration how high up are they in terms of being positive. 10%, 18%, 5%, 5%. Guys, throughout the year, when it wasn't post-Christmas time, when prices were bad, all of these were in the negative. We see far too many double-barrel shotgun skins in recent times. Like in all of 2020, we had 4. And then in 2021, we had 3. And then in 2022, we had 11. There was far too many double-barrel shotgun skins accepted last year. Will the trend follow into 2023, or will it be a bit more sparse? I don't know, but it's definitely something we had to be cautious about. Now, at the moment, there is a positive. It's part of a beloved collection. Will it hold up? Maybe. But the one thing I could point out there is the ones that are in the positive that came out quite recently are part of collections. So we go back up to here. El Diablo is part of a collection. Tempered is. Lightweight is. Cold Hunter Double Barrel Shotgun unfortunately isn't doing as good as I was expecting it to. Did better than what it was before, but yeah, that's still struggling. Military's a part of a collection, that's still struggling. So yeah, I'd just probably sit here and say double barrel shotgun skins as a whole aren't looking super keen. But that's a $2.49 double barrel shotgun there. I'd rather wait. It's an abnormal skin, so I don't feel the need to jump in and worry about it now. I'd rather wait until Wednesday, Thursday, do our buy orders, then we take a look at the buy order support, then we make a consideration. That's going to be my answer. So I'm just going to do another refresh, see the sales so far. So it's been about 30 minutes. This is what the sales look like now. Yep, our tick protection is going wild. So how about we go back and take a look at the likes of this. So earlier we refreshed it, refresh again. Alright, hasn't changed that much. I guess everyone that made a move has already made a move. As we roll into the weekend, we'll probably see more of this change up. Arctic Camo Poncho is struggling because it has far too many of them on the Steam market. It's got 661. So this is going to take quite a long time for it to really get somewhere. Like, there's too much resistance. 15, 11, 13, 37, 12, 44. If you own ponchos, maybe we could see a nice change happening, but because so many of them were bought, it's not going to really get anywhere in terms of becoming a nice investment. But the burlap, because the burlap only recently just came out, the burlap's really going to get somewhere. It doesn't have the ridiculous amount on the Steam market. We did a whole bunch more buy orders. This is me right here. Yep, I jumped in. The very second I saw it, I was like, yep, I've got to do a buy order, and that's exactly what I did. So yeah, I am $1.05. If we keep seeing more of these Arctic skins being accepted, the burlap's only going to get more stronger, and I'm confident about the burlap because we hardly ever see burlap shirt and pants being accepted, so that's looking pretty good at the moment. So yeah, the reason why I spoke about that is because I need to start talking about, right, so what is looking to be a good profit? If you had to buy something right now, what's looking good in terms of wanting to buy it? At the moment, I'm on the fence about it still though, but it is the Arctic Protection burlap and the pizza hide pants and shirt. Mainly because these are the first ever hide skins to be accepted in about 5 years. So Micro, you are fashionably late. And it's quite a nice mix, Mr. Micro. But yeah, these have not had a skin in such a long time. And we're very likely going to see some more pizza collection skins. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this flourishes quite nicely as time goes on. But we need to keep an eye on how many of these sell. How many of these get bought. That's what we've got to worry about. If we only end up at around 20,000 each, I wouldn't be that fussed. I wouldn't be that worried. If we end up at 30,000 each, then I'd be a bit worried. With these two, I kind of think we might get some more Arctic Collection skins, but as a whole, Micro, as you remember when we did our Saturday Skin Showcase, great camouflage. This is great camouflage, and it isn't very expensive. So, very easy to get the resources to make it, very approachable, and of course, the camouflage in the snowy areas, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, we'll show that off once again in our Saturday Skin Showcase, won't we, Mr. Micro? But, yes. Okay, so I am confident it's going to be doing quite alright in the long term, but again, I need to see how many sell. So at the moment, it's the burlap stuff and the pizza stuff, and the one thing I'm very on the fence about, but I think will do very nicely in the long term regardless, will be that dungeon garage door. Stepan definitely looks like he's going to be continuing this as a deployable collection, and we are very likely going to be seeing some more dungeon skins being made and accepted. People like it. This is very likely going to sell maybe 20,000, and I feel like in the long term, we're very likely going to see more of those skins being accepted, and spikes will happen. Remember what I talked about in regards to Tempered Collection and Constellations Collection. In fact, Constellations Collection is probably the best one to show because it literally just happened 2 weeks ago. So when this appeared, the likes of the Armored Door and the Double Armored Door jumped up in price. It spiked, and you can see that right there. So yeah, and then we go down to here. So yeah, that is what I expect to happen with the likes of our Dungeon Garage Door. Eventually. And what we should have done is taken another look at the Dungeon Armored Door. And right now, that Dungeon Armored Door is selling for $2.68. And it's only got 33 in the market at the moment. Doesn't look like anyone's actually jumped in and bought some. I'm not sure. I probably should have had it open earlier. But yeah, looks like Dungeon Collection is something to keep an eye out for. And that's looking pretty good. Right, chat, I see you are kind of asking questions a little bit here and there. Feel free to ask questions, but we've talked about what I think is going to be pretty good in terms of profits. So, do you have any CSGO investments? Buddy, I have tons. I have CSGO cases all stacked up and stored away. I've got knives. I've got a ridiculous amount of things. What usually happens is, because I consider CSGO's valuable skins to be more reliable to hold their value when bad times happen, when I sell so many Rust skins, like literally just these past few weeks, I converted it into like factory new Doppler knives and whatnot. That's what I did, because I know, because they're so liquid on third party sites, they always have a sense of demand. They don't really ever go down in price that much. And when they do go up in price, they go up in price nicely. So, yeah, that's what I normally do. It's safer to do that than just hold on to certain Rust skins. But because I have so much of all of it, I just diversify it anyway. So, yeah, those $20,000 worth of Rust skin sales got converted mostly into CSGO skins. What do you do for a living? I do functionality testing. And, well, I do a bit of a range of everything, but basically I'm a tester. I do software, I do simulations, virtual reality, you name it. I do all of that. So, yeah. Any questions in regards to Rust skins, maybe? No? Any questions? Sick, yeah, I get very sick when I do virtual reality testing. Oh, God. It's helpful though. I can quickly tell you very quickly if this is going to make people nauseous. What is your favourite Rust skin? Probably the burlap bandages, because those were the first skins I ever bought. Way back when, in April 2017. I've been meaning to ask you that. Ha ha ha. Always wanted to know your job. Well, it's screaming at you lot half the time, because this was what I mostly spend my time doing. Talking about Rust skins and the Steam market and analysing everything and screaming about everything. So yeah, how about we take one more look at the pizza stuff, 2816, and yeah, so it reached that breaking point, and then more quantity got thrown on. Or rather, people that owned it noticed that there was more skins and they decided to list them. Like, maybe they're at higher prices. We'll have to take a look at that, wouldn't we? So, what is the pricings like? No resistance easily could go up to about $3. And then over here, there's no resistance. That could easily be $5 after about 10 purchases. So, that might be the direction. I could buy everything if I felt like it. Right, let's read some more of these questions. So, do you basically buy skins when they hit the market? And I do buy orders. As you saw earlier, when we saw the regular skins, so when we saw all of those Lunar New Year skins, the Furnace, the Sexual Charge, and the Rabbit, AK, when they became available, did you see how I immediately dropped everything and immediately wanted to do the buy orders instantly? If you are one of the fastest people to put down a buy order, eventually as time goes on, when so many of these sales happen, a lot of cheaper sales, eventually it's going to be you that picks them up for super cheap. And I just know from experience how most of these skins are usually going to behave by figuring out all the context from the past and relatable skins and whatnot. I know for a fact that this is very likely going to end up at around $1 at some point in this year. During this year, at one point, this will be selling for around $1. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. So, maybe I'll be wrong. If I'm wrong, I've got more to learn. There you go. So, yeah. But yeah, Satchel Charge, I expect that to probably reach around 50 to 60 cents. So I'll put down a 40 to 50 cent buy order. Simple as. And then, AK, they always end up at around $1. So, yeah, lots of experience. So I apply it all. I have No Mercy face mask. I'm currently selling it for $8. £8. Is it a smart move considering the new double barrel shotgun? Effects, honestly, oh, damn, Kino, you're really quick. What am I doing? So with this, buddy, because it's like kind of the peak times, I would probably wait till next week, Effects. Because next week, I'm expecting another peak amount of players. We have a big update next week with the industrial content being introduced, apparently. I wouldn't be surprised if we go above 150,000 players next week, and with loads of people playing, loads of people be jumping in and buying the skins again, you'll probably maximise your profits. But I'll be honest with you, all you really need to do is just click this and see how it's performed recently. Buddy, I'll be honest with you, you're probably all right to just sell it now. The difference that you could make... Oh, actually, that did drop by a bit. Wow, that went from like $8 to like 6 or 7. What happened there? Oh, dear. Right, well, honestly, if you could wait for $8 sale, but, yeah, maybe next week when there's a massive surge of people playing, which we expect. Right, what other? I've got a question. If the tree falls in the forest and lands on your ex, does she make a sound? Wonderful, lovely. Well, she makes a sound, but nobody will hear it, so, you know. Can we talk about last rotations, resistance, and so on? Sure, Gedjay. Could you elaborate what you want to ask about? New announcement from Duck. The Valentine skins are due for the 30th. Don't submit normal skins. Awesome. Right, so, gentlemen, it looks like the skin checks for the next week will be Valentine skins only. Ooh, kebab. Ooh, lovely. Ooh, nice. But Valentine skins will be appearing next week. No regular skins, Valentine skins only, apparently, according to Duck, who tends to be in the know, or announces things at the very least. Industrial is going to be in the normal rust. Apparently. We'll find out. But yeah, regardless, it's a white day, so loads of people will be returning anyway. And we will expect a lot of people to be playing the game and enjoying themselves, and you get the idea. Will prices drop? They usually do. Gedjay, I was expecting prices to drop about halfway through this month, but it didn't. It's been strong. It's been holding up. We've checked the loot barrels, the loot boxes and whatnot, weapon barrel being one of them, and it's still holding up very nicely. So with next week's wipe day, I fully expect it to continue. I fully expect loads of people to return. I fully expect everything to still be alright. So don't worry about that. Do you have any tips for someone trying to get their first skins accepted? You should ask more. What you should be doing is you should be asking skin creators that have had skins accepted already, get their opinions, get their critiques. I'm not a skin creator. I can look at a skin and say, wow, that looks cool, but a skin creator would probably look at that and say, you're missing certain things, or you should probably do that instead. You know, I'm not the artiste, I'm the viewer. / investor. Yeah. Pizza, nice. Me want. Okay. Alright, so will prices drop for the Lunar skins? Yeah, I fully expect it to happen. I fully expect Lunar skins to drop in price, and the reason why I know that is because, well, we have the previous year to take a look at. So, all you got to do is just see how these skins from the previous year rolled out and how did they behave. So, that is the best thing I can tell you, Mr. Gedjay. You should look at how all of these skins behaved and you'll get a good idea. Like, take for example that Tiger AK. It's still only barely above $1. Even during these good times, still barely above $1. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So yeah. Yeah. Learn from the past. That's all I can really offer to you. Need to buy a lot. How do you make money off of Steam investment if you can't cash out? I like to get loads of Valve indexes and Steam decks, and then I make a throne out of them, and then I put it on top of my roof and throw rocks at people. Yeah. I'll leave you to figure that one out. So, not right now, Urban. Not right now. So, gentlemen, is that all covered? Have we gone through everything? Do you feel confident with this week? And do you feel confident with next week? Because as I said, I hypothesize that with loads of people potentially playing next week for the wipe day and for the update, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up between 150 to 170,000 peak players next week. I reckon we're going to see a very interesting Rust rotation. I really do think Face Punch held back some skins today because they'd rather put it out next week. I reckon we're going to see the likes of some very interesting looking Tier 3, some Tier 2, some hoodie and pants armour and clothing, and that tempered small box. Because with so many people playing, more people notice the Rust store, and more sales are likely to happen, so you're better off putting out the things that are likely going to sell tons and tons and tons. So, that is my hypothesis. Let's see if that works out well. Will tempered small box boost the tempered large box? That was my expectation. I think it should, FX. I think it will. Much like how the large box, when it appeared, it caused the tempered garage door and the sheet metal door to jump up in price. Much like how we saw Constellations collection, when the garage door appeared, the armoured door and the double door jumped up in price. A spike in interest, a spike in price. What's up with Redemption? We haven't heard a lot of that movement yet. Maybe it's next week. Face Punch can see that the LR300, when it came out, the Redemption LR300, it sold very nicely. There hasn't been a Thompson skin accepted for about 2 months now. I think it's lining up to be a perfect time for that Thompson to come out next week. Redemption Thompson. No AK. Redemption Thompson. Not that there's anything wrong with your skin, Uport. It's just the fact that it's an AK. So. Right, I think we got that all covered. Hey, Frog, should I buy Frog hoodie and pants? Well, here's the problem. Frog cosplay and tempered collection are made by the same person, and you don't really see 2 different skins made by the same person in the same Rust rotation. So next week it's either going to be tempered or Frog cosplay. Who do you vote for? What do you need most? That's what it's likely going to be. So, right. So I think we got that covered. I think we answered your questions. Yep, you can fight now. Are you on Team Tempered or are you on Team Froggy? So, I think we got everything nice and sorted out. How long did I talk for? Too long, as per usual, but we enjoy talking. So, it's possible to see multiple from the same creator if the items were submitted on different weeks. Yes, Aeros, quite recently, he had an El Diablo skin and a Cybercode skin accepted during the same week. We were surprised by that. We're just pointing out it's rare to see. It is rare to see. So, okay, yeah, that's everything then. What are you going to buy? Feel free to comment in the bottom of the YouTube comments. I fumbled that. I'm going to stop. Right, hello there, people. This is an added little extra, just because we found out something, and I'm surprised we didn't notice this during the Saturday Skin Showcase, or maybe some changes happened since then. But the garage door is technically see-through. At the bottom, you can see through that. In terms of like thematic design, that's great. Stepan, you did a really cool job of that. But here's the point that we want to get across. When you have your base situated like this, and it's on a half build, if you put the garage door on there, you can see through it. That right there can be very, 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 very useful, depending on how you build up your bases. But we thought that might be something quite helpful and something that's going to be very relevant to a lot of you out there that want bases built like this. This right there could be the type of garage door that you need. So it depends on the surface. In some situations the gap is definitely smaller. Yeah, true. I mean, if you have it positioned like this, it's going to be alright, but if you have it in like awkward terrain, it will not be so helpful. But yeah, the whole point is, if you build it like that, you can see people reasonably okay, but there's also the fact of if you have it on the ground, you can see people's feet and whatnot. So that can be helpful. So yeah, that potentially might be something that causes that to become a whole lot more valuable in many people's eyes. So just the extra little thing at the end. I hope you enjoy yourselves. And again, remember what I said. If you like the skins that you see, by all means, please buy them. Enjoy them. Use them.
But in terms of investment, that's just got a whole bunch of extra points. So have a lovely week, gentlemen, and let's see what happens with the White Day next week.